Welcome to the Jobs Report podcast by Schwab, the job search platform that lets you swipe to success. Each episode, hosts Stephanie and Alexander Florio bring you expert insights on career trends, job hunting, and forging your path in the modern world of work. Your career success starts here, so let's dive in.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the Jobs Report podcast brought to you by Schwab.
Hello everyone, welcome back.
Welcome back. So today we have a very exciting November 2024 Jobs Report to share and dissect.
Yep.
So first of all, I'm just going to take a look at the numbers here. In November of 2024, 227,000 jobs were added, which is pretty incredible, and I think surpassed a lot of people's expectations.
100%, definitely did.
So just breaking down those numbers a little bit further, 194,000 jobs were added, including 34,000 jobs in sectors like construction and manufacturing, 193,000 jobs in service industries, which is fantastic, and healthcare and government sectors added about 50,000 and 40,000 jobs. So quite a lot of jobs added for the November 2024 jobs report, which is fantastic to see.
Yeah, I think, despite some of the recent challenges, it's pretty impressive to see that's the kind of growth. And like things like construction and manufacturing, I feel like those have been a constant every month in these jobs reports that are just continually seeing growth. So that's obviously good news for those industries that they're continuing to grow. And I think overall, the fact that the numbers grew is obviously a good thing. Whether or not, I'm surprised to see this because I don't know if the election that took place in the U.S. had a big impact on this report, but I'm curious to see where it's going to go in the next few months as that transition happens. But it was interesting. I didn't know. I was kind of curious to see what this report was going to look like. And I think the fact that there was a lot of growth, it is pretty impressive. And I was not expecting it to go that way. And I think, even if we just kind of jump into unemployment and, labor participation, well, unemployment, the rate stayed steady at 4.1%, which is, a good sign of stability in the labor market. However, the numbers are showing that the participation, there was a slight dip, hinting that there's, a reduction in workforce engagement. That can be due to many things. Like we're in the holiday season now. So, that shift, we're going to learn more about that, the dip in participation a little bit more in the next few months. I wouldn't really look at this right now, in my opinion, as something that is concerning because again, it is the holiday season. That is going to impact participation in the workforce. And, whether or not that increases participation or not, I mean, you think about people that are going to go out and look for seasonal jobs. Well, obviously those are going to be people that are participating in the workforce this time of year, but I'm sure that there are many people or many reasons as to why there was a slight dip, and my guess would be that holidays is a part of that. But I think overall the trends are showing that this was a good month and there was growth. And even if we talk about wages and inflation, on the wage front, hourly earnings have increased 4% year over year. And I think, adjust inflation, workers saw real wage gains of 1.4%. That's what numbers are showing right now, especially, giving some relief amid persistent price pressures. And I think, speaking of inflation, the numbers are also showing that it went up 2.6% year over year in October, but the Federal Reserve responded by lowering interest rates by 25 basis points, it's showing. So I think, the big takeaway for me here is that average hourly earnings have continued to increase. So I think that's a good sign. And I think that is going to be something that kind of helps combat inflation. But overall, really positive report, I think. I'm interested because of the fact, like I said, that holiday season, there's going to be upticks in certain industries, and then some are, like it's showing, there's going to be some where there's less participation. So I am curious to see now what December's jobs report shows when we're really in the thick of things like the holidays. But overall, I think this was a really positive month.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I think overall this report does reflect a resilient economy, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the numbers here, like I have it in front of me on my screen, and it's great, to see these types of jumps. So I think as long as, inflation remains steady and people have more money in their pockets, well, that's good for everyone.
Good news, exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see what happens next month, especially because we are in the holiday season as well. So
especially curious. So there's that. There's obviously the holidays next month or December. But I'm curious now to see as the transition happens with presidents. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen there and see what kind of change happens. And I think we're going to have to wait until the new year to see how that goes. But I'm curious to kind of keep my eye on those reports and see, okay, the shift in presidents really make an impact. And I think that's going to be really curious to see in those upcoming jobs reports.
Yeah, only time will tell. We'll have to keep an eye out. Amazing. Well, that's it for today's episode.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet with the
Short and
jobs
sweet.
reports. We love it. We love sharing the numbers. And let's keep an eye out for next month's job report to see, is it still a resilient economy?
Beautiful.
Amazing. Well, thanks so much for joining us with the jobs report, and we'll speak soon.
Take care.